Hi there, and welcome to this week's solo episode on the Guest List podcast. I am your host, Steve Guest, and I am having a really good week this week. If I'm honest, it's a really important week as this is the publication week of my second book, A Personal Brand Story, and it's in effect the journey that I've been on. Primarily really over the last 2 to 3 years. And I want to talk through this podcast because I know, not just in recruitment, but certainly the people around me, people that I network with, people that I coach and mentor, work with and spend time with, are all individuals that really struggle with the thought process of a personal brand. And you get to hear all the feedback and the fear amongst it and people's view on personal branding. And the feedback I tend to get is, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put posts out with photos of myself. I'm not going to put videos. I'm certainly not going to put videos out because people will just think that, oh, I'm one of those people that are just full of themselves. I don't want to be that self-promoter. Any posts that I think I'll put out are just cringeworthy and people will take the mickey out of me. All the influencers out there are just fake. All the imagery and possessions and that sort of profile are just not where I want to be. I have conversations where people will tell me personal brand, putting yourself out there, is purely for those beautiful people, those aesthetically pleasing, photogenic, popular individuals. I'm far too insecure to be putting things out there that people can look at and ridicule. The people that put posts out and push a personal brand are purely power seekers or fame chasers. But what I think gets missed here is the strategy behind a good, solid personal brand and actually what opportunities and potential that it can bring if it's done in the right way. And the book, A Personal Brand Story, is a journey, and it's a documentation of how I've gone from, those that know me will know, I am a very quiet, unassuming individual that has never really craved the limelight. I've never really been that person that shouts louder than anyone else. I am articulated in my approach. I'm calm and considered, and I like to think about things before jumping in. And the ability to put a video out on social media or put a post out that talks about the various things that I get involved with has taken time, and it's taken mistakes, it's taken ridicule. There's been a learning curve there for me to get past, I suppose, my own limiting beliefs to then start to see the potential and the pure growth that a solid personal brand gives. The main criteria for what I suppose has motivated me or pushed me to keep going through the journey is that the overall mission or the overall aim is far bigger than me as an individual. So if you look at the journey of the recruitment mastery program, the Facebook group, the podcasts, the posts that I put out, they're there to deliver value, and they're there to help create content that people can take away with them and implement and actually improve their own journeys. This is a much bigger picture than me and my own daily life or concerns. It talks about, my posts will talk about the journey, it will talk about the ups and downs and what I've learned over that time. And that's very much what the first book, Top Biller, The Life of a Recruiter, is about. And that's very much now what A Personal Brand Story is about. And I think the purpose of the podcast today is purely to grab those people that are listening to this and thinking, I know I should be posting. I know I should be doing more on social media. I know I should be adding videos, talking about what I'm looking to do, talking about the things around me that will add value. But I just can't find that way out or that momentum to push me forward and get me out of my comfort zone. If you think in terms of stats, and I know I've mentioned this before, but only 1% of however many million users there are on LinkedIn actually make posts. And you want to be in with that 1%. If you're in the 99%, then that is where the comfort zone is. That is where you kind of stay in the shadows. And what you don't want to be is in the shadows when somebody else is creating the path forward, and then you start to kind of follow them as opposed to creating it yourself. And one of the biggest lessons I think I've learned, I think one of the biggest things that perhaps puts people off is, I mean, it's a variety of feelings and emotions. It's the fear of being visible. That it's that self-conscious element of putting yourself onto a platform where you potentially open yourself up to ridicule. I think there's a feeling of potentially feeling ashamed or scared or guilty of what people might think, what their perception of you may well be. It might be purely laziness. You know you can do it, you know you need to do it, you know you should be doing it, but actually you just can't be bothered, or you don't really see the point at this stage. It might be feelings of inadequacy, the feeling that putting posts out to promote or showcase what you do is an act of desperation, and it's a last chance saloon. All of these are genuine comments that I've faced and talked through. But if you start to see a personal brand as a long-term journey, you start to understand that actually it's one post in 1,000 that might fall. It's one post in 1,000 that might go viral. But if you start thinking about not necessarily promoting yourself as an individual, but promoting what you love and the passion and the whole mission that you're on, it actually becomes a lot easier to start to implement and put things out. And it's having the strategy behind why you're doing it. I have conversations with recruitment consultants that have set up recruitment businesses for themselves. And quite often it might just be them. They're on their own and they're doing all the graph, they're putting the adverts out, they're trying to find candidates and clients, win business and everything else. And quite often the conversation is, I don't have time for social media, I don't have time to create that personal brand, which is fine. That might be the case, but you've got to find time, because if you don't have a personal brand in this day and age, then you will get left behind. And I'm a firm believer of that. But if you can create one post that goes out to your network, it's like having a client or candidate meeting once or twice a day with your network, where you can showcase how you work, what you're looking to achieve. Are you successful? Have you had a really good week? If you don't start to promote what you do, who you work with and how you work, there's nobody else out there that's going to do it for you, because it's your business and it's you that is doing the sales. So you've got to start thinking from a strategic point of view. If you keep turning up in front of your network, in front of your clients, in front of your candidates, in front of your market, when they're sat there in their board of directors meetings or their internal business meetings and they're deciding that they need your product or service, if you keep showing up, they're going to pick you because you will be at the forefront of their mind. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, yep, that's me, I know I need to do it, but haven't quite got the confidence yet, then you need to pick up a copy of the new book, A Personal Brand Story. It talks you through my journey. It talks you through all the good days, the bad days, the times where it hasn't worked, the times where it has, I suppose the moments of self-doubt and worry and concern, how I've got past it, what pushed me to that next level and what pushed me to achieve what I've achieved. I'm by no way perfect. And look, this is a constant journey of growth and education. But I would like to think if I can inspire any of that 99% of social media users out there to start their journey and start it today, then either this podcast can get you started or this book can get you started. As part of the promotion, so this is available on pre-order now on Amazon. I'll put the link underneath this podcast. If you pre-order a copy and you send me a note to say you pre-ordered it, send me a screenshot of the pre-order. I'm giving away 15-minute free one-to-one calls where you can ask any questions and we'll talk through them and come up with a solution. We'll get that all booked in. There'll be some free marketing stuff to go with that as well. So pre-order the book, get over that hurdle, go and make things happen, start to build your personal brand today. Let me know how you get on. I look forward to chatting to some of you over the course of the next few weeks. Enjoy the rest of your week and I will see you all soon.